I will have to share a little bit what I do with my netting. Of course, it's unusual, and that is why I want to explain here what I'm doing. Usually, people I've seen online using the needle method and basically sewing motifs together with a needle and a long, long, long strand of yarn. I don't like this idea. I don't know. It just does not look appealing to me to have a long tail of yarn. So I started using the hook and I like it. I like how sturdy it is. It really creates one solid piece that sticks together better. In my personal opinion, of course, everyone is doing whatever they want and like, but I'm telling you what I'm doing. So I'll give you a few secrets here. The yarn for the crochet, the netting, I had to separate into half. I had to basically, my yarn for the motifs is double size of what I'm using for the netting. So I separated my 6 strands yarn that I used for the motifs into 3. That was a pain in the behind, really. It's not easy, but doable. So I separated 100 grams into basically 2 balls of yarn and gonna use it for my backing. So the backing is based on the French netting. French netting is a regular netting, and for the Irish lace, traditionally we use irregular netting. So we try to break the pattern when we get into a beautiful and symmetrical cells. We don't want this to happen. And of course, if you're a beginner, you're not going to have a difficulty getting into very beautiful pattern of netting. So you're good right from the start. So that's basically it. Each cell I'm trying to consist of more than 4 sides. This is probably a good example. And I use, traditionally, that's how I'm used to do my cells. I'm trying to use 3 stitch and a double crochet sides for my cells. Of course, you always vary how your cells look like, and that's what makes it irregular. So I have a little piece here in the corner that already done, and I was able to detach. And that's how it looks. I don't know if you can see it. Let me... it's not easy to see, but it looks fine. It actually stays on the background and you basically barely see it. So even if you make mistakes or the cells are too big or too small, no one cares. As long as it stays together, and it shouldn't pull it together. So don't try to put a lot of tension. Tension needs to be there. It shouldn't be flimsy at all, but it shouldn't pull the motifs together at the same time. So it is the only requirement. And of course, the only thing I have to add here, it's not super easy. I don't want to sound like it is easy, because with the needle, you can go and poke through anything you want. With the hook, it still remains to be a crochet. So you basically absolutely have to grab the stitch. Otherwise, your yarn will not going to be able to go through. Of course, with a needle, it's a lot easier. Even with a needle, sometimes it's difficult, but with the hook, you absolutely have to make sure you're going through the stitch and not through the center of the loop of the stitch. So that's it. And the hook needs to be small. It's 175 for rather heavy yarn, and you done. You just practice and go for it. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you, guys.